Cardano is on the edge of its biggest breakout in years. ADA just ripped past key resistance, whales are dumping hundreds of millions of dollars, and Fibonacci charts are screaming $4 to $6. So is this the start of a moon mission or the setup for a brutal trap? Let's dig in, let's go. So let's start here then. Cardano price prediction, ADA eyes $1 breakout as Fibonacci levels signal $4 to $6 long-term target. Obviously take that with a pinch of salt. Before we get into this article, we do need to highlight that Cardano ADA is ranked 10th by market cap. The total market cap of crypto globally is at $4.05 trillion, and Cardano is at 90 cent 23. ADA did smash through 93-cent resistance not so long before recording this video, and was holding strong above 95 cent. Traders are leaning bullish with longs banking in a huge amount of profits while shorts are bleeding. But we have seen Cardano ADA pull back ever so slightly since this article was written. Fibonacci extensions have pointed to a possible $3 to $6 long-term range, mirroring ADA's last cycle. And again, you've got the support on here. A pullback, again down to around the 90-cent mark isn't really something to be worried about, according to many of these articles. But whales just unloaded 530 million ADA in 48 hours, testing whether buyers can absorb the pressure. And again, that's why we're seeing Cardano at these prices here, 90 cent 23. So again, it is rather interesting, right? We see a lot of the shorts, and we've got your Ali charts here talking about what to expect next. And again, just really interesting stuff. Meanwhile, bullish signals like the Golden Cross and new crypto payroll integrations show real-world adoption catching absolute fire. Add in the macro news, right? Possible Fed interest rate cuts that happened, the 25 basis points, and Cardano ADA, could be set for a perfect storm. At least that's what this article is kind of referring to. Like, one thing that I would say is I am expecting volatility. I've said this quite a few times, and people shouldn't be expecting anything less. The market's going to go up, the market's going to go down, right? Obviously, nothing's guaranteed in crypto. Take everything that I say with a pinch of salt, treat it as educational or entertainment purposes only. But I need to say that because I'm not a financial advisor, but these articles, they are hinting a lot of positivity, a lot of real world utility when it comes to Cardano ADA. So it is really, really interesting, and obviously it's one of those there's not many projects that have actually got that. So one to be aware of. We've got Cardano Golden Cross, a new dawn for crypto payroll integration. Again, this is just touching on what the Golden Cross means for business. In case you missed it, obviously the Golden Cross happens when the short-term 50 period moving average, the MA, crosses above the long-term 200 period MA. This has historically pointed towards bullish trends, and Cardano ADA recent signal has caught the eye of many, but people perhaps aren't surprised. So look, I think that this is again just really interesting stuff. Cardano ADA price, whale activity, institutional interest, and key resistance levels you need to know about. And again, you do need to be keeping an eye on all of these metrics. It makes a really big difference as to whether the project is going to go on and do really, really well, or whether it's going to have a sizable impact, right? So the impact of whale activity on ADA's price. Whale activity significantly impacts ADA's price volatility. For instance, a recent sell-off of 530 million ADA, so that's not dollars, that's ADA tokens, by the largest holders triggered a 3% price drop, creating market uncertainty. Such movements often ripple through the market, affecting retail investors' sentiment and short-term price trends. So why whale activity matters, the volatility and accumulation pressure. They sometimes do drop these tokens on the market in order to, actually bring the price down and buy up more of them. And there's speculation around the Cardano Spot ETF. It's on the verge of potentially happening. So it's going to be really interesting. Technical analysis, key resistance levels and breakout scenarios. Key levels to watch are $1.15, $1.50 and $2.50. The first is resistance level post breakout. So again, just really interesting there. And then you've got key strengths, scalability and developer adoption. So this is, again, just really, really cool stuff. Again, I'm going to drop this in the Discord for people to read through at their leisure. The 530 million ADA in 48 hours. Should Cardano investors be worried? I don't think so. I think that this is just normal interest rate, cut kind of scenarios, right? People are expecting a big drop. Some people sell off before that big drop happens because everybody's thinking it happens immediately. It doesn't always happen immediately. And I don't actually think that it's a bad thing. I think that, the potential for a big pullback, it would be healthy, right? It would lead us into a bigger bull run. So for me, I think it would be a good thing, but you can let me know your thoughts and your opinions in the comments below. Fed interest rate cut to drive ETH, XRP, Solana, Cardano, Doge, and Shiba in price boom. So a lot of people are talking about the fact that with the interest rate cut of 25 basis points, potentially some more throughout the year, we are likely to see these projects do really, really well. And it does bring me on to the point that I want to make is I'm expecting a lot of money printing. There's a lot of countries around the world that are in like that's just how it works. So we're going to expect a lot of volatility, a lot of inflation, but there will be people that are, in my opinion, because I'm not a financial advisor, everything is risky in crypto. You do risk losing all of your money, so never invest more than you're willing to lose. What I would say is, we are likely to see a lot of people going in to risk on assets. At least that's my view, my opinion. Don't ignore the risks, right? Do your own research. Never invest more than you're willing to lose because nothing is guaranteed in crypto. You do risk losing all of your money. So I just want to be clear on those aspects of things, right? And we got these free Cardano charts. Say ADA price is shooting to $1.25. So again, there's a symmetrical triangle which targets 125. You've then got this one, Cardano cup and handle, saying that $1.20 is on the actual cards. And then you've got Cardano's open interest hits new highs. Again, just another chart that indicates that we are likely to see some pretty decent moves, in the coming weeks and months. So I'm excited. Let me know if you are excited because I think there is a lot to be excited about, and Cardano is one of those projects that, for me, with the the institutional interest, the possibility of a spot ETF, there is so much that could be happening, so much opportunity when it comes to Cardano ADA. It is truly an exciting time to be an investor in altcoins and Cardano right now. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comments below, and I will catch you in the next video.